Welcome into a bowl edition, a holiday edition of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor. I'm Neil McCready, joined by Greg Jones of LB's Meat Market. Caroline McCready joins as well, almost ready to head home. She's wrapped up her fall semester of her junior year. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk a little bit about that. Mostly we're going to talk about the holidays, the bowl games, LB's Meat Market, 2008 University Avenue in Oxford, right across the street from Kroger. Just let Kroger be your landmark and then head over to LB's. You will be super glad you did. We're taping this on December the 15th. By the time you see this, Christmas is just going to be days away, but it might not be too late to make an order to get a hold of the people at LB's. Maybe you want to order something special for the holidays. Got Christmas Eve coming up, obviously, and then Christmas Day, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, a lot going on. Ole Miss in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl game, December the 30th in Atlanta. We'll talk about that a little bit as well. But don't forget about LB's. I've already made my order for Christmas Day. You can make yours too. We'll get Greg to tell you the number here in a minute. But go in. They've got the absolute best beef, pork, chicken, sausages, jalapenos, the mushrooms, so many things that would make great accoutrements for your Christmas dinner. Also, don't forget over on the side, I think it's on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you get out of the frozen section, it's $3 off. Is that right, Greg? $3 off, $2 off on other days. All the frozen stuff. It's not like the frozen stuff you get at the grocery store. It's been ready. He puts it in the freezer package thing. It's in there. You can take it home. It's thawed out, completely ready to go in just a couple of hours if you're not in a giant hurry. So LB's Meat Market, they've sponsored this show for, I guess this is season four of this show. So it's been a lot of fun. So we're going to pick a lot of games today. We're not picking all the games. I skipped the games that started on the 16th. We're going to pick up the games that start on the 23rd, and we'll touch those and get us some football. I will tell you real quick before we go, the last time we got together, we had the championship games. Greg, it was a disaster for you, 3-7. Caroline, you did better, 6-4. So, Greg, as we go into the bowls, you got to make up some ground. Greg is 70-71. Caroline 77-64. So, Caroline enjoys a 7-game lead heading into the bowls. But first of all, how are you guys?
Good.
Awesome.
Done with finals, done with school, which is awesome.
So, we'll start there, Caroline. You finished. You want to tell the people how you did in your semester?
Yeah, so I know I'm good at school. I'm a good student. I try hard, but I am like so good at persuading my professors to give me an A. Like it is just, it's worked every semester. Like every single semester it's worked. I'm like, if I have like an 88 or higher, I'm like, okay, I can do it. So my Spanish professor, I emailed her because we took a test and I made an 83, which like, that's fine, but like I needed a 93 to keep my A, and it just didn't happen. So then I emailed her and I was like, hi, just want to see if there's anything I can do. I calculated my grade, it's an 88.5. And she's like, well, the grade I have for you is significantly lower. So I was like, all right, we already have an issue. So then she was like, let's get on a Zoom call. So I Zoomed her and she was like, all right, tell me what grades you think you have. And she had forgotten to like update my test grade. We like get to correct our tests, and it like I had gotten it up 10 more points. So that already upped my grade to an 88.5. I was right on my grade. And then I kept being like, so is there anything I can do? And she like kept trying and like nothing was working. And finally she was like, screw it. I'm just going to let you correct. Like she let me correct another exam that she was not going to let us correct. So then I got an A and then I made a 4.0. But I'm so excited. But it's literally because I was just like, is there anything else I can do? Like I will do anything.
It's such a lesson for students. If you'll just be persistent,
Just be nice,
try, show up, do your work, show that you care. Most professors, not all, but most want to see you succeed. They want to see their students succeed. I mean, some want to fail as many as they can, but those are pretty few in between. Greg, did you ever make a 4.0? I never made a 4.0 in my life in college.
I didn't make it to college. I think I was like 2 months into Holmes Community College, and I was like, no, I'm good.
You know what I don't need though is the semesters that like, 'cause I made a 4.0 last semester. I'm not trying to brag over here, but I got shoulder surgery last semester, and I was like, there's just no way I'm gonna make good grades. And I don't think I like tried as hard in school, and I didn't stress myself out as much. And then like finals week, I'm like, oh my gosh, I made a 4.0. And that happened this semester too. Like I've kind of been more focused on Kyo, hate to say it. And then at finals week, and I was like, oh, I just think when you don't stress yourself out and put so much pressure on yourself, you do well.
Speaking of pressure,
Wow,
Greg,
she's had an incredible season. Like going through a shoulder surgery,
Yep.
15 games over 500. I mean, teaching little 5 and 6 year old. I mean, this is. I mean, this might make Tom Brady jealous. I think. I mean, this is a season. This is quite a season.
What's going on at LB's? Y'all getting pretty busy as the big day?
Yeah, we got the phone's been going off the hook, so we've got a lot of beef tenderloins, a lot of standing rib roast, but a lot of beef tenderloins, and just getting ready for that. The 23rd is going to be the last day for the cutoff. The 23rd is we're going to do the 23rd as the last day for pickups, so you can pick up on the 23rd. The 24th, I would like to just be open for a little bit, so just see if there's any last minute things going on, but we're going to plan to be closed Christmas Day, which is going to be a Monday. Am I correct?
That's right.
And then Monday. And I think we're going to do Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to take some time off. My mom's going to go down to the farm and hang out, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I haven't decided yet. I know the only thing I've got going on tomorrow is my horse is running on the next Thursday, so I got to be in New Orleans at noon on Thursday. So, but other than that, just make sure the store's stocked up and those beef tenderloins are ready to go.
Yeah, I'm excited about beef tenderloin. I enjoy Christmas dinner so much more than I do Thanksgiving dinner. And we did a turkey this year, and I thought the turkey was good. I did it. I brined it and all the stuff that you're supposed to do. But there's something about the Christmas dinner that I just say it again, Caroline.
I said I like Christmas dinner and the Christmas like breakfast that we have. I like it so much more than Thanksgiving.
See, I'm a big breakfast guy. I love breakfast.
Me too. Except I don't eat it. I don't eat it much, but like on holidays I'll eat it, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's good.
If I don't get my meat,
Caroline, I gotta show her the Meat Man silks. What the jockeys wear. So this is what my jockey's gonna wear when my horse runs. So it literally says Meat Man on it.
It's fantastic. It
literally says,
oh my God, that's awesome.
So like everybody knows me as Meat Man, so I just went ahead and just did my racing silks with a person and a piece of meat on the front of it. I feel bad for the jockey because they're gonna look at him like, all right,
That's fantastic. I made me want to order a set of the silks. Although I can't imagine what I would do with them.
If she runs really good, we'll see if we can get. We do have that just came into today. We've got the Meat Man hats.
Yeah,
we got charcoal, and then obviously the powder blue, and I think I did pink. I've got some FIMU pink ones, so got to represent the FIMU. We're assistant sponsors.
All right, let's jump into the bowls because there's a bunch of bowl games here. I'm gonna need the old glasses to read this, but here we go. I skipped, like I said, I skipped the Myrtle Beach Bowl and the Cricket Celebration Bowl and the Cure Bowl and the New Orleans Bowl and the New Mexico Bowl and the LA Bowl, even the Independence Bowl played in my stomping grounds. The famous Toastery Bowl, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl, the Roof Claim Bowl, the Gasparilla Bowl. So we're going to start with December the 23rd, the Birmingham Bowl. It's Troy versus Duke. Duke, Caroline's a 7.5 point favorite against the Troy Trojans.
This is the new coach bowl, right? They both have new coaches. Yeah.
So John Summerall's gone. He took the Tulane job, and the Duke coach left to go to Texas A&M. So
the new coach bowl,
the 76 Birmingham Bowl.
Okay, I don't know why. I'm going to take Troy.
Okay. All right, she's going to take Troy and the points, Greg.
I'm just going to go opposite of everything she says and just see how bad I am. I mean, if we
maybe
have
I'll have a bad week.
No, I mean you got it going on. I think you're a secret agent for Las Vegas.
All right, we got another game in Alabama. It's the Camellia Bowl in Montgomery. It's December the 23rd, Arkansas State versus Northern Illinois, Greg. Northern Illinois is a 1-point favorite.
I'm gonna go with Northern Illinois.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Huskies and lay the point against the Red Wolves.
I'm gonna go with Arkansas State just because I go to Arkansas.
All right, gonna support the team. I got you. All right, we go next to the Armed Forces Bowl. This is in Fort Worth, Texas. I think. Isn't that right? Yeah, I think so. Armed Forces Bowl, 2:30 on the 23rd. It's Utah State and Air Force and James Madison. Air Force, Caroline's a 3-point underdog against James Madison.
I'll go with James Madison.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the
Right.
Dukes.
I mean, it's the Armed Forces Bowl. You have to take the Armed Forces in the Armed Forces Bowl, right? So I'm going to take Air Force.
Okay. All right. I went to this game last year, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl in Boise, Idaho. It's 2:30 on ESPN. It's Georgia State and Utah State there at the what's it called? It was Albertsons Stadium. Utah State, Greg, is a 1-point favorite over Georgia State.
Did y'all have another bet this year or not?
We did, but this year, once all the recruiting stuff's over, I will be sent to the airport. I won't know where I'm going.
Oh, so you lost again?
I lost again. I lost by 0.04 of a point.
How is that even possible?
Because we do a money line pick each week.
Oh, what?
So if I lost by 0.04 of a points, I'll get sent to an airport to Memphis. I'll open the envelope once I'm there because at some point I have to go tell them where my bag's going, right? Once I'm there, I'll find out where I'm going. I'll fly to that destination. Once I get there, I have to use 3 different modes of transportation to get back to Memphis. I have to use plane, train, and bus.
Wow.
So
Is somebody following you and like video? Is somebody doing a video?
I'm gonna go by myself, and I have to interview people. I have to film stuff with my phone, send it, and they'll post it on social media, and they'll have a fun time making fun of me because I'm not the most social person in the world, and so I'll have to walk up to people and like talk to them. And
so, who's taking you to the airport?
I guess Tyler.
Yeah, so let him video you at least open up the location.
Yeah,
I mean, do you have an idea of where you think you're going?
I have no clue. What my expectation is that it has to be in the United States because I don't have a passport, but I anticipate that it will be somewhere rather remote.
Oh Lord!
I expect connecting flights to get to where I'm going. Maybe multiple.
So funny.
Are you just going there and then you're coming back, or are you staying for a few days?
Well, once you go to a place, I've got to prove that I was at that place, right? I've got to go around and go to like restaurants and stuff, find out the popular places and wherever it is, USA, and talk to people, and then figure out a way back that I can't just get on a plane and go back. I got to
bus, train.
I got to take a train somewhere, a bus somewhere, and then a plane somewhere, or whatever order. I got to use 3 different modes of transportation to get back. So if he sends me to, say, Bangor, Maine, I can't just land in Bangor, get back on the plane, and fly back to Memphis. That won't do it.
Yeah. You gotta take a train probably to Boston, and then maybe get on the bus to the airport, maybe, and then fly.
Yeah, you probably take a.
I mean, what the wife say about this? I mean, I'm just kind of curious about the wife.
She's not happy. She's displeased.
When are you doing this?
I don't know. Probably sometime in like February.
Oh God!
She's not
I
happy.
mean, after Idaho, she's just like, okay, just whatever.
She said, "You're not doing this again next year. That's it." So okay, all right. All right.
I'm gonna go Utah State. I think that's the game we're rolling out.
Yeah.
Well, sorry, we got sidetracked. That was hilarious.
We're gonna get sidetracked a few times, probably. Caroline, he's gonna take Utah State and lay the point against Georgia State in Boise.
I'm gonna take Utah State too. I like my influencers from Utah on TikTok.
I will say this: I actually really enjoyed Boise last year. Not the cold, but I loved the city. It was a cool place.
Did they have good food?
Yeah. I went to this. It was like a brew pub in Boise, Idaho, right downtown near the state capitol, and they had fantastic IPA. It was terrific.
Wow.
It was one of the best I've ever had. It was so good. And then I don't remember what we ate. This is typical for me. I remember what I drank. And then Cole Catalano and I went to this kind of like upscale restaurant. We just went to the bar and got an old fashioned, and it was terrific. The bar was really pretty. It was a lot of fun. I liked Boise. It was neat. It was beautiful. We drove up into the mountains and looked down into the valley, which is where the city
wow, that's cool.
and it was really pretty. Yeah, Idaho's gorgeous.
I
Cold.
bet it'd be a cool place to go in the summertime.
Oh yeah, I think it'd be really cool in the summertime. And in the winter though, you can go like you're not far from a couple of the big ski resorts. Like you can get to those kind of places pretty quick. Boise was nice. I liked it. I liked it a lot. All right, we got to move along to what's the next one here? We've got the Ventures. This is the Ventures Bowl. It's in Mobile, Alabama, on December the 23rd.
The Dentures Bowl?
Ventures. I don't know what Ventures is. I think it's a cruise line, based on what a lot of listening here.
I was like, golly. Man, they're gonna name a bowl anything.
This is the Ventures Bowl in Mobile, South Alabama versus Eastern Michigan, Caroline. Eastern Michigan, a 15.5-point underdog against my good friend Kane Womack and the Jags.
I'll go with South Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, you were born there.
Yeah.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Jags and lay 15.5 on their home field against Eastern Michigan.
I'll take Eastern Michigan. I'll be the bad guy here.
All right. We move along to the SRS Las Vegas Bowl. I went to this game last year too. Last year it was Florida and Oregon State. This year it's Utah and Northwestern. Utah, Greg, is a 7-point favorite against the Wildcats.
Is that the Thomas Mack Center? Is that where they play that?
They play it at Allegiant Stadium where the Raiders play.
Oh wow, that's
beautiful.
That'd be an awesome bowl.
Beautiful stadium.
I'm gonna go with Northwestern for some strange reason.
Okay. All right, Caroline. He's going to take the Wildcats and 7 points against the Utes.
I'm gonna take Utah. I always pick.
I knew you would. Yeah, you've been loyal to the Utes all season. All right, we go to the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl on late on December the 23rd. It's the last game before Christmas. It's Coastal Carolina versus San Jose State, Caroline. Coastal Carolina is a 10-point underdog against the Spartans.
I'm going to go with San Jose State. Okay. Didn't they beat Arkansas?
Carolina. Campbell's freshman year, San Jose State beat Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go with them.
Yep. I remember that game. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Spartans and lay 10.
I think she's on to something here. I'm going to go with San Jose State also.
Okay. All right, we go to December the 26th. It's the Quick Lane Bowl in Detroit. It's Bowling Green versus Minnesota. This is a 1:00 game the day after Christmas. Greg, Bowling Green's a 4-point underdog against the Gophers.
I'm going to go with the Minnesota Gophers just because of that. Whenever the other team is kicking a field goal, they put the big gopher on the jumbotron, and the kicker has to look into that. It's kind of funny.
All right, Caroline, he's going to take the Gophers. Going to lay the 4 against Bowling Green.
I'm going to go with Minnesota too. They have a good dance team.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I see that. I can see how that would happen. All right, we got the Serve Pro First Responder Bowl, December 26th, 4:30. It's Texas State versus Rice. Texas State versus Rice. Caroline, Rice, a 4.5-point underdog against the Bobcats of Texas State.
I'm going to take Rice because my bunkmate from the 12 girl, her boyfriend plays for Rice.
Oh, how about that? What an angle. That is a new angle here on the Butcher Show. All right, Greg, this is a test for you. She's got an angle on Rice and Texas State. She's going to take Rice and get 4.5 points for the bunkmate's boyfriend.
Yeah, the only thing I was thinking, we went. I took my buddy's son out to dinner, and we had fried rice. So we had hibachi. So that was my angle for that. So I'm going to go with rice too.
Okay.
I just don't have a friend that has a boyfriend on the team.
No, nor do I. But I like rice. I do like rice. I like rice a lot. Rice is kind of a weak spot for me. You know, brown rice is good for you. White rice supposedly isn't. I like both brown rice and white rice a lot. I like to put rice on the griddle. The what's it called? The Blackstone.
Mm-hmm.
You make like the fried rice. Fantastic, so good. Take some cold rice, put it on there, a little soy sauce. It's good.
So my mom makes the rice for the boudin, and we use the juices from cooking the meat, and it's probably the best rice in the world. So
that would be.
It's got onion, garlic, all the crab. It's just really really good.
Really, when people just use water, it's very lazy. You should at least use some chicken broth or some beef broth or bone broth in rice. Total game changer. And you can use the brown rice. You just have to give the brown rice more liquid and more time.
Yeah, maybe saute some vegetables or something. I like that yellow rice. That's a very underrated rice.
Oh yeah, the one in the little gold packet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's underrated rice.
Laura grew up eating that rice. That was like her favorite. All right, we go to the where were we? We were at
UNLV in Kansas, I think.
Is that where we are next? I think you're right. Yeah, that's where we are. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl. I have no idea where that is. Doesn't matter. 9 o'clock.
No, it's probably give you a good guarantee rate, low rate. Yeah. That's probably right.
I think it's the Guaranteed Rate Holiday Bowl. I think this is in San Diego. So it's the day after Christmas, 8 o'clock on ESPN. It's Kansas and UNLV. Greg, UNLV is a 12.5-point underdog against the Jayhawks.
I'm going to go with Rock Chalk Jayhawks just because I just like saying Rock Chalk.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, Caroline. He's going to take Kansas, lay the 12.5.
Okay, I'm going to go with UNLV. They also have a really good dance team.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. All right, we head now to December the 27th. It's the Military Bowl. This is in Annapolis, Maryland. It's Virginia Tech and Tulane, 1 o'clock on ESPN. Tulane, Greg, is a 7.5-point underdog against Virginia Tech.
I'm going to go with Tulane.
Okay. All right, Caroline, I know it was your turn. We'll catch up in a minute. It doesn't really matter. There's 1,000 games. He's taking Tulane and getting 7.5 with their new coach against Virginia Tech.
I'll do Virginia Tech.
I think you're onto something. All right. Speaking of Virginia, they're in the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Greg, do you like mayonnaise?
I don't want to watch them eat at halftime and eat who eats the most mayonnaise. That's pretty awkward.
It makes my stomach turn. Carolina, you're a mayonnaise person?
I'm not a mayonnaise person, but it doesn't like gross me out. But that's not my choice of condiment.
It's disgusting.
I mean, I like a mayonnaise and tomato and lettuce and tomato and ham sandwich. I mean, just a little mayonnaise and salt and pepper.
I think that with like something else is good.
Okay. All right. Take y'all's word for it. I would substitute mustard for mayonnaise every time. All right, we got the Duke's Mayo Bowl in I guess that's in Charlotte, North Carolina, West Virginia, December the 27th. Carolina, West Virginia is a 3-point favorite.
I'm gonna go with North Carolina.
Any reason?
No, I just like North Carolina, and we have family in.
All right, yeah, we do. All right, Greg, she's gonna take the heels and get 3.
I'm gonna do West Virginia, just because that John Denver song. I really like that John Denver song.
It is a good song. You want to sing it?
They sing it after every race in England. It's kind of weird.
Oh, that is
like
weird.
my buddy went to Ascot and they had a horse run in it, and literally like after the last race, they literally sat around and sang John Denver and drank beer and sang a bunch of like Sweet Caroline, just a bunch of like everybody's favorite sing-alongs. It was kind of weird.
Oh, that is kind of interesting. All right, we go to the DirecTV Holiday Bowl. This is the one in San Diego, not the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. I don't know where the Guaranteed Rate Bowl is. It just doesn't matter. This is the DirecTV Holiday Bowl, December the 27th at night, 7 o'clock on Fox. It's Louisville and USC. Greg, Louisville is an 8-point favorite over the Trojans, who will be without Caleb Williams, obviously.
I'm going to take Louisville.
Oh, okay. Louisville was the team that nobody wanted. They didn't want after they lost the ACC championship game. None of the bowl people wanted them, so they ended up in San Diego, which is not a bad destination for them. Caroline, he's going to take Louisville and lay 8 against the Trojans.
I'm going to agree with Greg on this one.
Okay, I think y'all are both right. All right, it's the Tax Act Texas Bowl. In Houston on December the 27th. It's an 8 o'clock game on ESPN's Texas A&M and Oklahoma State. Caroline, Oklahoma State's a 3-point underdog against the Aggies.
I hate to pick them, but Texas A&M.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm surprised you would even do it. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Aggies and lay 3 in Houston.
I'm gonna have to agree with her. I'll take Texas A&M too.
All right,
they're a different team without Jimbo. How about that?
Yeah, they're better. We stick with Texas teams. We go to Boston. It's the Wasabi Fenway Bowl, Fenway Park in Boston, December the 28th at 10 a.m. Central Time. So bright and early on the 28th. It's SMU and Boston College. Greg, SMU's an 11-point favorite over the Eagles.
I'm going to go with Boston College.
Oh, okay. All right. Caroline, Greg's going to take BC and 11 points.
They might get some help from the Blue Monster.
From the Mustangs. What do you think?
I'm going to take SMU.
I figured you would. You like Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
All right. NC State and Kansas State are in the Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl in Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. There in New York City. It's December the 28th on 1:15 on ESPN. It's NC State and Kansas State. Caroline, NC State's a 3-point underdog against the Wildcats.
I'll go with Kansas State.
Okay. All right, she's going to take the Wildcats, Greg, and lay the 3 against the Pack.
I'm going to do NC State. I'm going to do the Wolf Pack.
Okay. All right, this is a good game. This is actually a game that I don't watch a lot of bowl games because they're just monotonous, but this one's actually pretty good. This is the Pop-Tarts Bowl. We got a lot to talk about here. The Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Oh, yes.
It's NC State versus Kansas State. Wait, have I got that right? Yeah. Nope. That was the Pop-Tart. Yeah. All right, you know what? We missed a game, and that's okay. We're gonna skip the Mowers game. Skipping it. Never even going back. The Pop-Tarts game was NC State versus Kansas State. So we'll go ahead and have the Pop-Tart What's your favorite Pop-Tart?
My favorite Pop-Tart is strawberry or blueberry. I don't like the crazy flavors.
With or without the icing?
With.
Okay.
Yeah.
Greg?
I had one all the time.
Favorite Pop-Tart?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm just like straight old school. So I remember when Pop-Tarts first came out. So I just gonna go with the original strawberry, like with nothing like fancy or anything on it. I mean, they've got all sorts of stuff now. Reese's Pieces. I mean, like, no, I just need just plain strawberry, just a little sprinkle and be good.
There's 2 Pop-Tarts. They're the best. The best is a strawberry Pop-Tart, no icing. Put it in the in the oven, not the toaster, but in the oven with a little butter on it, and let the butter melt. Amazing. Yep. Amazing.
I remember you used to make that for me when I was little. I remember the butter, and it was in the oven.
So good.
When I lived in Ohio, I just ate them plain. There wasn't an oven to put them in. Yeah. So.
And the other is that brown sugar.
Yeah, the brown sugar ones are good. It's like maple, like something.
Very underrated Pop-Tart.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, that's the Pop-Tart game. I kind of messed that up. I apologize.
I'm glad Pop Tarts got a bowl. They deserve a bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, we got the Alamo Bowl in San Antonio. This is the good game. Arizona and Oklahoma. Arizona is a 3-point favorite, Greg, against the Sooners.
I like Arizona.
Me too. All right, Carolina.
They have an equine school.
Oh, is that right? I've never been to Tucson. I've been to Phoenix a bunch. Never been to Tucson, but I'd like to go see the U of A. All right, he's going to take the Wildcats, Caroline, and lay the 3 against the Sooners.
Yeah, they're big in hockey too. They're big in hockey.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go with Oklahoma. I just like Oklahoma, and I know people there.
Yep.
I want to go visit at some point.
To Norman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? I could pick you up sometime. We could go to Oklahoma City. Check out the Sooners.
Well, one of my 12-girl roommates also, she's a triplet, and both of her siblings go to Oklahoma.
Oh, there you go. That'll be a big rivalry now that Oklahoma's joining the league.
Yeah, I know. It'll be fun for them.
Gonna get a little personal. All right, we got SEC game here, the first SEC. Well, A&M was mentioned. They just don't count because they're playing in such a bad game. It's the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, December the 29th at 11 a.m. It's Clemson and Kentucky. Caroline, Kentucky's a 6.5-point underdog against Clemson.
I'm gonna go with Clemson because they just hired Matt Luke, right?
They did. Matt Luke, the new offensive line coach at Clemson. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Tigers against the Wildcats.
Wow. I wasn't expecting she was going to use that angle. So, yeah, wow, that's a great angle. So, I like Kentucky because horses are there.
Yeah, there are a lot of horses there. That is for sure. More horses in Kentucky than Clemson. No doubt. Yep. All right, we got the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. December the 29th, 1 o'clock on CBS in El Paso, Texas. The Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. If I can't play in a big game, I want to play in the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. It is Oregon State and Notre Dame, Greg. The Beavers, an 8.5-point underdog against the Irish.
I'm going to go with Oregon State because Tony the Tiger is orange and black.
Oh.
And so is Oregon State.
Oh, interesting angle. Caroline, he's gonna take the Beavers against the Irish in the Sun Bowl.
I don't know why. I'm gonna take Oregon State though too.
Oh, okay. You know what's frustrating about Frosted Flakes? They started.
They're not great.
They're great, but I haven't had cereal in a long, long time. And one of the reasons was because I couldn't really control myself. So you'd put the bowl and you'd put the milk, and inevitably you'd still have some milk left. And so you would get the package and you'd pour more cereal in there because it's not really good soggy, but it's really good when it's got the crunch. And you just keep going. And before you know it, you look up and you ate 2/3 of a box of Frosted Flakes and it has no nutritional value at all. And you just hate yourself. And like the Tiger goes, they're great. And you're like, no, they're not. But by that point, it's too late. You've ruined your whole day.
If you ever want like I wouldn't say healthy, but good cereal, this is off topic. Trader Joe's has this like almond butter. They're like quinoa puffs with almond butter or whatever, and it's cereal. You got me 2 boxes of them.
Are they good?
Yeah, with like you got to put honey on them. They don't have much flavor, but it like does the trick.
Okay. If you want cereal. You a cereal person, Greg? What's your favorite cereal?
What is quinoa?
The grain, like the little. It's kind of like a pasta,
like
and
a puffball.
No, it's like a quinoa itself is like pasta.
How do you not know what quinoa is?
Isn't that right? It's like quinoa is like pasta meets rice.
It's like it's like
I'm a steak guy. I don't. I'm a steak guy. I use if it's not a jalapeno or a twice baked potato. I mean,
yeah, you're not eating it. Yeah.
I really like Lucky Charms, but I feel like I'm kind of like you. I eat one bowl, and the milk kind of turns a little like blue colors. So I put some more in, and just next thing you know, the milk that's left over in the Lucky Charms is nothing but pure sugar. So it's kind of not really good for you. But like Special K, they have a strawberry That's
Yeah,
I like a Special K strawberry.
I like Special K.
I haven't had cereal in forever. I've eschewed
It's
breakfast.
just not good for you.
It's just not.
Breakfast cereal.
Yeah. I sort of subscribe to the breakfast theory of either don't eat breakfast or eat nothing but protein for breakfast.
Yeah,
Like
I just
eggs and
have.
bacon, whatever, but like a bunch of whole wheat grains and stuff, it's really not particularly good for you. Unless you're like getting out to go swim and run and stuff all day, at which point it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, we got the AutoZone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, December the 29th at what's that, 2:30 Central Time? Memphis versus Iowa State. So a home game for the Tigers, and they're getting 8.5 points against the Cyclones, Caroline.
I'm gonna go with Memphis. It's close to Oxford, and they have a good dance team also. They always use that angle.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Tigers and get 8.5 at home against Iowa State.
I like Iowa State. I like their running back. He's really good.
Okay. All right, we get into some good games now for the most part. Still a couple of duds to come, but this one's not. This is a really high level couple of games here. It's the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, December the 29th in AT&T Stadium in Dallas. Missouri and Ohio State. This game at I think 7 o'clock on ESPN. It's Missouri, Greg. Missouri, the 2.5 point favorite against Ohio State.
I'm gonna have to go Ohio State here.
Okay. All right, Caroline. He's going to take the Buckeyes and get 2.5 points in Arlington against the Missouri Tigers.
I really like Ohio State, but I'm gonna go with Missouri.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. The next morning, it's the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It's Ole Miss and Penn State, two 10-2 teams. Ole Miss trying to get to 11 wins in a season for the first time in program history. This game is at noon Atlanta time, 11 here in Oxford. Ole Miss, Caroline, is a 3.5 point underdog against the Nittany Lions of Penn State.
I'm gonna go with Ole Miss.
Just because of loyalty, or you think the Rebels will win?
I think they can. I think they can pull through.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a hell of a good game, actually. All right, Greg, she's going to take the Rebels, get 3.5 points against the Nittany Lions.
I know a bunch of Ole Miss fans have kind of scared to go into the Peach Bowl at 11 o'clock game after last time, but no, I think they should win. I think that we're on the level of Ohio State and Michigan, so I think we're better than Penn State. So hopefully we win straight up.
All right. All right, we go to the Music City Bowl there in Nashville. It's the Trans Perfect Music City Bowl, 1 o'clock on ABC, December the 30th. It is Maryland and Auburn, Greg. Maryland, a 2.5 point underdog against Hugh Freeze and the Tigers.
I'm going to go Maryland. I think Auburn's bad, but I think they got lucky against Alabama.
Okay. All right. Caroline, Greg's going to take Maryland and get 2.5 there in Nashville.
I'm gonna go with Maryland. I hate the head coach of Auburn, and I hate Auburn, so I'm never gonna ever pick them ever.
Fair enough. I have no problem with that. I mean, some people would say you shouldn't hate. I'm like, why not? All right, we go.
I love how she didn't even say his name. That was awesome.
Yeah,
just that coach at Auburn.
That coach at Auburn.
I don't like him.
Yeah, no, he doesn't deserve to be called by his name.
All right, the Capital One Orange Bowl in Miami. It's Georgia versus Florida State. Georgia loses to Alabama, falls out of the national championship race. Florida State wins the ACC, goes undefeated, and gets bumped anyway. Georgia is a 14-point favorite, Caroline, against Florida State.
I'll go with Georgia.
All right, Greg, what do you think? Did the Seminoles show up with the pulse, or are they too downtrodden to even appear?
I would hate to be the team that played Georgia after losing 20 some odd games in a row and then not being able to play for a spot in the national championship. So I'm gonna go Georgia too.
Okay. All right, we go to the Arizona Bowl. Speaking of Tucson, this game's in Tucson. It is the Barstool Arizona Bowl, December the 30th, 3:30 on CW Network. It's Toledo in Wyoming. Greg, Wyoming's a 3-point favorite over the Rockets.
I'm going to go with Toledo just because I like how they play in the Glass Bowl.
Okay. All right. He's going to take Toledo, Caroline, there in Tucson, going to get 3 points against the Cowboys of Wyoming.
I'll go with Wyoming.
Okay. All right. We got the Heisman winner, Jaden Daniels, wins the
Is
Heisman.
Mincy and Nelson in this game?
I don't know whether they're going or not. I think he is going to this game, actually. Oh, you know what? You know he won't because he'll go to the Ole Miss game unless they put him.
I saw that video. He was in that video that Ole Miss football released, right?
Okay.
Didn't they release the football schedule and he was the one that was like in the video announcing it?
Yeah, he had run the he'd run the Memphis half marathon earlier in the day.
There he is.
All right, we got Jaden Daniels and LSU. It's Wisconsin and LSU in the ReliaQuest Bowl. This used to be known as the Outback Bowl. It's 11 a.m. on ESPN2. Wisconsin, Greg's a 10.5-point underdog against the LSU Tigers.
I like LSU.
Okay. He's going to take LSU, Carolina, lay 10.5 in Tampa against Wisconsin.
I'm going to go with LSU too. I like them.
Okay. All right, we go to the VRBO. I think it's called Verbo. Is that how we do that? Verbo. I used to call it.
I always say VRBO, but I think it's Verbo.
Verbo Fiesta Bowl there in Glendale, Arizona, in suburban Phoenix, January the 1st. So New Year's Day, also a noon game on ESPN. Liberty and Oregon. Liberty versus Oregon, the Ducks, a 16-point favorite, Greg, against Liberty. There you are.
Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
Oh, you're okay. You got a little Wi-Fi issue. You're all right. We're good.
Okay.
So, Liberty and Oregon. Liberty's a 16-point dog to Oregon.
I like Oregon. Oregon's too good.
All right, he's going to take the Ducks, Carolina, lay the 16.
He just went away.
Okay. I'll hit the pause button here. We'll be fine. So a little technical issue here on the Butcher versus the dance instructor. Everybody hang tight. There's actually he's back. There's Greg. He's back. Yeah. So, Caroline, are you taking Liberty or Oregon?
I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
It's okay. We're almost done anyway.
Yeah, we're almost finished. We're almost to the end. Yeah, you got what you got, Caroline?
I'm going to take Oregon.
Okay. All right, we go 3 more. We got 1 more game than the 2 national semifinal games. We got the Cheez-It Citrus Bowl in Orlando at noon on ABC New Year's Day. It's Tennessee and Iowa. Tennessee, Caroline, an 8.5-point favorite against the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I'll go with Tennessee.
All right, Greg, the Hawkeyes have been great on defense, but awful on offense. Can they cover 8.5 against the Vols?
I'm going to go Tennessee. I think Tennessee can score 10 points.
All right, we got the 2 national semifinal games. We'll get to these. It's Alabama and Michigan in the Rose Bowl, presented by Prudential. Alabama and Michigan, 4 o'clock on ESPN. The winner goes to the national championship game. Alabama, Greg, a 1.5-point underdog against Michigan.
I'm going to take Alabama. It should be a really good game, though.
Yeah, this should be an absolutely thrilling game. Alabama, a 1.5-point dog, Caroline, against the Wolverines.
I'm going to go with Alabama, too.
Oh, are you both? Wow, okay. I can't decide which way I'm going on this one. And then the other semifinal, it's the Texas Longhorns, who beat Alabama earlier in the year against unbeaten Washington. They won the Pac-12. This game's at 7:45 in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Winner plays the winner of Alabama-Michigan for the national title a week later on January the 8th. Texas, Caroline, a 4-point favorite against the Washington Huskies.
I'm going to go with Texas.
All right, Greg, she's going to take the Horns and lay the 4 against Washington.
Man, I would love. I'm going to take Washington. Everybody's doubted them all year, and they've been underdogs all year. So, and what better for the Pac-12 to have somebody in the championship game last year. So I'm going to try to go with that angle.
You know what? I'm kind of the same way a little bit. I know Texas is really, really good, but everybody keeps going, Washington's going to lose this week. They're going to lose this week. They're going to lose this week, and then they don't lose that week. They do it week after week. It's fascinating. These will be two fun semifinal games. As much as I hate it for Florida State, the longer I've gotten away from it, I think they did the right thing not putting Florida State in there. They've made it where you have two really good games instead of a good game and a dud. So do we get those games?
It definitely gives the future of the 12-game playoff. Like definitely need that.
Yeah, it's going to be a blast. All right, we've stayed long enough. Greg, tell the people one more time how they can get in touch with you as they get ready for the holidays.
Always call the store 662-259-2999. We are doing a holiday box. So it's it's a LB's meat box. It's got a 16-ounce prime strip, a pound of Wagyu, and we're doing some ribeye sausage or Swayze sausage. So we're doing that little meat package for $45. It's just already in a box, and you can wrap it up and it's frozen. So we're doing that. And always call about orders. 23rd is going to be the last day for pickups. I think call-ins, whatever I think the 20th is on that Wednesday. I think the 20th is the Wednesday. So the 20th is the last day for call-ins. So if you can call me on the 20th, I can get you a beef tenderloin, standing rib roast, pork crown roast. I have a couple people that want a sack of oysters this year for Christmas. So I can get some oysters. So just really anything. So always give us a call, but we'll get you taken care of. Wednesday is the last day. And then the last day for pickup orders is the 23rd. So I'll try to take some extra stock and inventory to help walk-in customers. But we're going to try to get all our call-in orders taken care of first and see what we got left over.
Awesome. Well, Merry Christmas to you, Greg. I know I'll see you before then, but Merry Christmas to you, to your mom, to everybody at LB's. We appreciate you guys for all that you do, for sponsoring the show. Caroline, I will see you later this weekend. Merry Christmas to you and to all of your friends at Kyo and your roommates and all of that stuff. And I hope everybody out there watching the show and listening to the show, hope you all have an absolutely fantastic Christmas as well. If you're driving, please be careful. If you're leaving after Christmas like I am to head to Atlanta for the Peach Bowl, be careful on your way over there as well. And we'll be back on sometime in 2024. We'll pick the championship game. We'll pick the NFL playoffs as we approach the end of this football season and the end of season 4 of The Butcher versus the Dance Instructor presented by LB's Meat Market. So again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. For Caroline, for Greg, I'm Neil. Till next time, take care.